I'm live. I will be working on piecing my backing for the Colorwheel quilt and possibly ironing the quilt top. I don't really like to iron, so we'll see. And for some reason, piecing backings takes me forever. So let's see if I can do this in record timing without cursing or getting upset. Put you guys right there. I hope I'm not live while anyone else is live. I didn't check, so I go to Restream. I don't do this within the YouTube studio, so I never know if someone else is live while I'm doing this. So, fingers crossed. I need to get the backing pieced and ready to go. Hopefully this doesn't take me an hour to do. You think this would be like the easiest part? Nope. Not for me. Hey Courtney, what's up? I need to do my backing and get my quilt ready to send to Kelly with Steel City Quilt Co. to Longarm. I'm just happy to see it done. I'm really excited to have a complete quilt, but I hate piecing backings. Hate it. So it just takes me so long. Like, this is probably the easiest part of the whole thing. Why does it take me so long to figure it out? I have to like draw it on a diagram and see how much fabric I need and then piecing it and blah 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 blah. So I need to find the pattern. I think I have the pattern on my phone to see what size square I need, because I don't know if she included long arm like overages, because usually it's 3 or 4 inches extra. Okay. Alright. It does not say. You'd think it would say. I'm probably just not seeing it. Hold on. Prepare. I'm not seeing. Where it would say this. I just recorded my video, so I recorded last night hello. I recorded a video for an update as to where I've been and what's been going on over here. But I made like a 30-minute long video last night, and I was like, you know what? They don't need all of the specifics. I can just condense it down. No one's going to be watching a 30-minute video. So I just re-recorded my mom's story and what we've been going through, and I am going to edit it, and since it won't be 30 minutes extra or 30 minutes long, hopefully it won't take an hour to edit, and I will get that up as soon as I can. I'm really excited to get back into all of the things that I love: YouTube, quilting, my kids. I miss my kids. If you want to know how much extra, you could ask me and we'll be more than happy to answer any long arm quilting questions. Well, the thing is, the pattern, I swear I've seen it on here. I think it's a 74-inch square that I have to make, because the quilt top is 64 inches in diameter, and so you need 3 or 4 inches extra on the side, on every side. So I guess it'd be 72-inch square. I'll just do 74 and call it good. 74 inches. So then I am so bad at this. Why do I overcomplicate piecing large backings? I hate it. I hate it. I'm gonna go to my trusty notebook. I feel like Blue's Clues. He's always like, let's get my little notebook, sit in my chair and think. Okay. 70, let's do a 74-inch square. Should be good. 74, 74. That's just 2 yards. pretty much. 2 yards put together. Let's do, I don't know if I have 2 yards exactly. I hate this. His handy dandy notebook. Austin's in the chat, y'all. Austin's in the chat. Alright, I need to put 2 yards next to each other, pretty much. There's going to be some extra, that's fine. Anyone else watched Blue's Clues back in the day? I feel like this is really aging me. You guys are going to know how old I am. I used to watch Blue's Clues. Okay. I'm pretty sure this was a 4-yard cut, and I had to cut into it for my piecing. Hi, all. Passing through on my way to go to bed. Good to see you back, Beth. Hi, Christine. Get some sleep. I'm glad to be back. And I'm glad to be back with good news. My mom is alive. So, that's good. I'm really glad. I'm really glad. She just amazed us all, honestly. I did, Christine, I know you can't see me. I'm like laying my stuff out on the floor, but I did just record a video for an update. I know some of you guys, if not all of you guys, most of you guys should know that I was gone for a while, and it was a family emergency. So I did make a video tonight. I need to edit it and put it up as soon as I can, but it just quickly goes over what happened, why I've been away, and yeah. So I will have that up soon. I'm really excited to get back to everything, get back to the kids, even though, so Louise won't nurse anymore. So there's that. We almost got to a year. That was my goal, but she won't nurse anymore. She learned how to take a bottle while I was gone, and she does not want to nurse anymore. So it kind of breaks my heart, but it is what it is. She doesn't need mommy anymore. My youngest loved Blue's Clues. We used to have a thinking chair. That was such a good show. Such a good show. Yay, so happy you're back and excited to watch your lives again. Hi, Michaela. That's my sister-in-law. Austin's in the chat, too. I am laying out my backing fabric. I need to piece my backing for my color book quilt. I'm going to send it off to Kelly to be long-armed. So I need to do that, but I hate piecing backings. It's my least favorite. I think you saw it when I was working with Alex. Glad your mom is okay, Beth. My kids watch Blue's Clues also. It was a good show. It was really good. I'm really glad that she's okay too. Honestly, it was not looking that good those first couple days, and even when she was like doing better and like showing signs that she was there still, we weren't sure if there was going to be brain damage or not, and there is no brain damage, so that's great. No brain damage. So she's exactly, you guys are going to have to watch me, otherwise you're not going to see what the heck I'm doing. Alright, I'm going to measure this because I'm pretty sure I cut in a half yard. Oh, it looks like about a half a yard short. Okay. Whee! I hate doing this. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I overcomplicate it. Like, why do I do this? And it's like, oh, such a workout. Crawling on the floor. Okay. Austin Getty says, hey. Nancy says, praise the Lord. Really, really. I even said in my video, I recorded it today, I'm like, I like to keep my politics and religion separate from everything, but you can't tell this story and not mention the amazing things that God did for my mom. Absolutely insane what that woman has gone through. Okay, so we're at 59 inches here. That's not going to be good enough for me. Dang it. So I'm going to have to get crafty with how I do this. I do have another part of Beguiled. It's the black. I just really didn't want to put a lot of effort into the back. I'm sorry. And I cut into my other yardage, so let's do 74 divided by 2. Don't laugh at me, guys. By this time in quilting, I'm just like done, honestly. Like, I don't even want to iron it. Alright. So we are going to cut it at 37. We might have enough. Maybe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22 plus. Yeah, it's just going to be short. Just by a hair. Hey, Austin, you should take her shopping to get more of that fabric. He has been so sweet, and he did say, okay, so I got a lot of patterns. I got home, and I got a pelican pattern, a seagull pattern, a hawk pattern that I'm going to make into an osprey, a lung pattern, a heartbeat pattern, a heart pattern, a dolphin pattern. I don't know if I said that yet. I got all of these things that were huge parts of our trip in Florida, things that we saw every day. I think it'd be really cool to make all of those blocks and turn it into a quilt for my mom and dad to kind of like symbolize, honestly, the trip from hell, but not really, because she lived and everything, but it was pretty hard to go through. But I thought it'd be cool to make a quilt with all of the things that are part of Florida, part of the trip, part of the things that we saw. Alright, I'm not gonna procrastinate anymore. I'm cutting it at 37. And we're just gonna go with it. You know, my friend is so sweet. My long arming friend, so I know she's not gonna judge me. She has seen some ratchet quilting of mine. Okay. Oh, wait. No, we don't want to do that. Oh my goodness. I hate it. Hi, Sandra. Come watch me struggle making my backing. I seriously cannot stand it. You're gonna go on the floor. Okay. I thought that I would do this live because I've missed talking to all of you, and I'm like, well, I need to do this anyway, so I might as well go live and catch up with everybody, see how everyone's doing. But you guys are just gonna watch me struggle with this, because I don't want to have 2 parts. So, because that would be just wasteful. So we're gonna start you over here, and we're gonna pull you back. I'm pretty sure there's about that much extra. I need 72. No, 74. This is probably like the least efficient way to do it, but here we are. I need 74, and then whatever extra I have, whatever extra I have, or extra that I need. Okay, 74. I'm out of breath, guys. Okay. I'm going to cut it just a little bit, an inch extra. I'm already short, so it doesn't matter. We're not going to even worry about trying to conserve anything or make it just right, because I know that I don't have enough. Let's see. This looks like maybe 3/4 of a yard. This is probably like the worst view for you guys, but we're making it work. All right, 43. Hold on. We might have enough, everybody. 43 plus 43 plus 37 is 80. So I think I have enough. What do you know? I have enough. Okay. Now to square up the edges. Oh man, I'm so out of shape. I did walk 2 miles in Florida to get the rental car, so I did walk 2 miles. And Kathy, if you jump on here, I have your fabric. I'm going to mail it to you still. I did not forget about you, but I do have a terrible issue with going to the post office. So this will happen. This will get to you at some point, but I kept forgetting to go to the post office. I didn't forget that I was mailing out fabric, but I did not make it to the post office. And then everything happened. So I've been kind of not home. So I'm going to get this ready to go. I think I have enough. Making room over here. Also, I got a stitch regulator. I tried going live on Instagram on Tuesday, so the day before everything happened with my mom. And I tried using it, and I kept breaking needles. Like, I was breaking needles left and right. Like, I think I broke 3. And then I couldn't find the tip of it, one needle, and I thought it was stuck in my machine. So it is set up. My husband put a table down here so I could have it on a table all the time, and I don't have to like rearrange my sewing table and like switching my machines back and forth. So he did that while I was gone. Hold it down. So once I get my t-shirt quilt done that I need to do after this, I am going to play around more with my cutie frame, and especially with the stitch regulator. I'm really excited, but it was not working. I don't know if it was like me. It could have been 1,000 things. It could have been my tension was too tight on the hoop. It could have been the wrong needle. I tried putting different needles in. I tried different thread. I tried only using the buttons on the stitch regulator. I didn't know if using the buttons on the sewing machine were messing it up. So it was just a headache, and I was getting really frustrated. So hopefully I can play around with that again soon and not have so many problems, because I'm really excited. And I have 1,000 things on my table. Like, I want to quilt this on my cutie. I've been wanting to do this. I want to put pebbles and flowers behind her, but I need to practice first because I do not want to mess that up. Okay, here we go, y'all. We are going to get a straight edge on these so that I can piece them side by side, and then I'll just do one long seam up the back. Okay. Sorry, you guys don't have to look at my back because this is my cutting table. So let's do this. I'll get 2 straight edges. Try not to take too much off because it was 80, so it's not too close, but I want to waste the littlest amount that I can. If I can get this to lay flat, would be cool. I'm really excited. This is like the second quilt recently that I've done with a lighter background than the front. And I think it's really cool when you're laying underneath the quilt and you can look through and see the top shining through like stained glass. So I'm really excited to see all of that. Good night, all. Hope to catch you again soon, Beth. Good night, Christine. Hope you have a good sleep. Get some good rest. I will hopefully be back doing more of this. Getting back into my groove. Alright, there's a straight edge. That's at 42. 42. Now to get this one straight. I miss going live and talking with all of you ladies. It took me a few days. So I got here on Saturday, I got back home. I was out there for 10 days. Honestly, it felt like a blur. Like, it felt like fast and slow and fast and slow. But my husband was like, you were gone for 10 days. I didn't realize it was that long. Why does my computer do this? Okay, there we go. But it was. I was gone for so long. Louise forgot about me. She won't nurse anymore. Okay. Let's get this piece together. I just need to get this done because I'm dropping it off tomorrow at 4:44. So if I don't do it now, I'm gonna have to tell her that I can't do it. She's not, I mean, I could postpone it because she's not gonna work on it right away. She's got a wedding this weekend. So she's probably gonna work on it next weekend. But that's okay. We are gonna do it, get it done so I can work on the t-shirt quilt that I have to do. Right sides together. I know normal people would pin this, but I'm not too concerned. And I'm not normal. Louise won't nurse anymore. No, she won't. And it's actually really, really sad. I don't know why in my mind. I mean, maybe I'm crazy, but we exclusively breastfed for 10.5 months. And I thought that when I came back home, that would be like the one thing she wanted to do. I thought that she would nurse instantly and she would like remember and that's all she would want. Nope. Like she actually would get mad when I would try to feed her. She's so not into it anymore and I'm like pretty sad about it. Yeah, that was really hard the first couple of days being back because it kind of broke my heart, honestly. Sorry, my machine isn't plugged in. My machine has not been used for days. But yeah, she won't sleep. She won't nurse anymore. Let's see if I can even plug in my foot pedal. But yeah, can you believe it? Like almost a year. Almost. My goal was to breastfeed for a year. And we were so close. So close. This is frustrating. I finally have my backing ready to go. Hi, Janet. We're so close, but I will say, even though we're not going to make it to our year of exclusively breastfeeding, someone was so sweet. So the day that I flew out, sorry, getting my foot pedal in. The day that so the 13th when it happened with my mom, I knew that I was going to be flying out that evening. So my first thought was, oh my gosh, she needs to eat something. She needs formula or milk or something. So I made a post on my Facebook and I asked if anyone in my area had breast milk that they could donate. And someone donated 500 to 600 ounces of milk for her to drink. So even though while I was gone, she forgot about nursing and she won't nurse anymore, even though we're not going to make it to a year on that, we will make it to a year of her having breast milk. And I'm not going to like say anything because like I don't want it to sound like I'm so bummed. I'm bummed because it was a bond. It was something that me and her could do. There's something that I could provide for her that no one else could do. Like it was really special to me, and she's my third baby, and she's the only baby that has breastfed. So my first was a NICU baby. We gave him formula. We just wanted to get him home. We were fine with formula. I have no judgment on anything. Second, Zoe, she would not latch, but I was determined to breastfeed her. So I pumped for 4 to 5 months, and I donated thousands and thousands of ounces of milk because I had made so much. And then it came to the point where she wouldn't even drink it, so we had to get her soy formula. So she was like quasi. So every single baby, every single child has been different, and I don't care, formula, breastfed, whatever, fed is best. But for me, it was really emotional to come home and have her not want to nurse anymore. It was really sad. Hi, Kathy. I just mentioned you're just a little late. I have your fabric. I literally was just talking about, I was like, if Kathy's in here, I have your fabric. I have not forgotten about you. I have not forgotten that I'm giving you fabric. I just forget to get to the post office. I'm like, oh crap, I have to go to the post office. So, and then everything happened, and obviously I'm like, oh no, Kathy still doesn't have her fabric. It will get to you. It will get to you. I'm just terrible at getting to the post office. I breastfed my second child till she was 2. That's awesome. Okay, my goal was 12 months, but realistically, I was like, okay, I'll start weaning at like 15, 18 months because I just wanted to keep going. We had no problems. She was great. She never took a bottle. And then obviously, I'm gone for 10 days and she has to learn to drink from something. And I guess that's the preferred choice now. My other 2 stopped wanting me at 10 months old. It's hard. I'm so glad your mom is doing good. She is doing amazing. She's in a lot of pain. She had 3 rounds of CPR, so she's got broken ribs and possibly a broken sternum. And then she has pneumonia because she aspirated when she was on the ventilator. So it's kind of a battle of needing to cough because of the pneumonia and not wanting to cough because it freaking hurts. With my oldest, she took almost 6 months to latch, so I pumped for the whole time. I was determined like you. She self-weaned when I was pregnant with number 2 at about 18 months. Go you, okay? That is amazing. That determination and that stubbornness, that like, I understand it. Just that absolute drive. Like, I want this to happen. I really want to do it. Because I felt like a failure. I'm not speaking for anyone else, but for me, I felt like I was happy to get him home from the NICU. Like, I just wanted him out of the NICU. But then again, I was like, I tried having him latch and he just wouldn't do it. And it feels like a failure. Like, for me, it did. I just figured that it was like the woman thing to do and all. It's so natural and it's so easy. And it is not. It is not easy. And pumping is not easy. So that's freaking awesome. Go you. I'm so proud of that. I would have kept pumping for Zoe, but I was just to the point where I was feeding every other baby in Shawnee, Kansas, and my own child would not drink my milk without being so fussy. So I think it was the amount of dairy in my diet. So we got her on soy formula. Number 2 had to get cut off at 2.5 years old. She never had a bottle or dummy. Ugh. Yeah, Louise never. Okay, I think Louise, before I left, she has only had a bottle, like, maybe twice. There was like a holiday party, and I don't even think she wanted to drink from that, honestly. So the fact that that's why I had such high expectations. I'm like, I'm gonna come back and she's gonna want me. She's gonna want me. Nope. She wanted nothing to do with me, and honestly, it hurt so bad. I was like, wow. Very emotional past couple weeks on like every single front. Because that was my thing. That was my thing. No one else can nurse your child. You know, no one else can have that bond with her but me. And I had that bond with her for almost 11 months. So for it to be gone in 10 days, my eldest daughter has very large breasts and she never produced any milk and she hated that. That's so hard. It's hard too to feed your baby when you have larger breasts because it's like, I'm gonna smother this baby. How can they even breathe? And you know what the hard thing was? So I'm out in Florida, not with my baby, still making milk, and very uncomfortable, getting clogged. And so I ended up buying a manual pump. I didn't even think to bring my own. I have an electric pump, and I was like, I'm not bringing that. Not gonna deal with that. Being in the hospital, like, no way. Like, and I was in a quick, like, okay, we need to go. I wasn't really thinking rationally of what I needed out there and what I didn't need. So I quickly realized I should have brought a pump or a Haka or something to relieve that, the clogs that first day. So I ended up buying a manual pump out there. It was like $40 at a Walgreens, and I pumped every single day, every couple hours, whether I was outside, inside, around people, not around people. I was like, I'm going to keep pumping so I can keep producing milk so that when I get back, she's got milk when she wants to nurse. Joke's on me, she did not want to nurse when I got back. So all of that, like, effort and time was pointless. I seriously didn't even consider that she wouldn't want to nurse when I got back. It literally was like, it's second nature. How could she forget that? How? I could have fed Triplet. I produced so much. I froze it. I didn't know what I could donate. Yeah. They've got a lot of really cool things. So you can like donate to the NICU, but you have to do like a whole screening process. So when I was pumping for Zoe, I was in a there's a ton of Facebook groups based on like states and everything. So I would just post, hey, I've got 600, 800 ounces of milk extra. And we were in an apartment. So we had a small fridge and it was like a top bottom one. And the freezer was just always full of my milk. We could never get frozen goods. We could never get frozen pizza or ice cream or any of that because I had all of the milk in the freezer. So I was constantly like, hey, does anyone need milk? I need to get bagels or something in the freezer. So it's really cool that someone was able to donate to Louise while I was gone because I made so much. So it's kind of like good karma. I found the manual pump better for instant relief when I was clogged. Yeah, TMI, but that first day, so I get to the hospital, or actually, the first day I got in so late, so the visiting hours were already over. But the next day, I realized that I was getting clogged and it was starting to hurt. Like my dad and like people would like be giving me hugs at the hospital. I'm like, stop, 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 stop. Don't give me hugs right now. And I was like, hey dad, I need to go to the restroom. And I remember just looking down and I had like just milk stains all over my shirt. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And I ended up just hand expressing for what felt like an hour in there because I was in so much pain. And I was like, you know what? I need to go get a manual pump because my hands hurt. So I did that the whole time I was gone. I hand pumped or manually pumped. And, you know, if I would have known that she wouldn't have wanted me to nurse her when I got back, maybe I wouldn't have stressed it so much because I would pump in the parking lot. Like, we didn't have a car most days, so I would be in the parking lot of the hospital right at the entrance with a jacket over my shoulder, pumping. So it was a very interesting time. This is so jaggedy, but oh my god, my allergies are so bad lately. What happened? I had so much milk my first child. Oh, I'm so sorry, Janet. That's awful. I'm so sorry. Honestly, there's nothing I can say to even try and understand that or make it feel better. I'm just so sorry. Alright, I'm just going to finger press the seam. We are making this a low maintenance, low effort backing. I should probably straighten up the side edge because that's what I'm going to be piecing the backing on, like the other piece. Should I? Why not? Let's do it. We are gonna straighten this side up. Come on. I could just use the selvage. Hold on. Hold on here. Wait a minute. See, this is why it takes me forever to do this, because I literally take, it's just, I cannot comprehend things at this point in the quilt. Okay, we're just going to use this, oh, nope, never mind. I am doing exactly what Courtney just said. I'm working on making my backing so that I can drop it off to the long armor tomorrow. My friend Kelly's going to be doing it. I'm really excited. I don't get all of my quilts long armed. I feel like recently I have been getting a lot of long arming done for my quilts, but I have quilted a lot of my own quilts. I just didn't really want to quilt this one. I was going to do something basic at first, I thought, but this is not folding well. But the center seam, just because of the design, is so bulky that it honestly would have been so hard for me to get through on my machine. And I don't really want to deal with it. Plus, I have a lot of things that I need to do. Okay, come on. I'm trying to find the best way to cut this, but it's not really folding the way I want it to. Because I did not cut it straight. And I probably should fix it before I sew it, but it's really not that bad. You know what? We're just going to go for it. We're going for it, folks. Alright. I'm just going to go selvage to selvage. Bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. And there's probably, yep, because the one side was 80 inches and the other was cut closer to that 74-inch that I wanted. So there's going to be some extra. Yay! I love when there's extra fabric. I get to use it in foundation paper piecing at some point, and this is such a cool fabric. And I've had to buy so much of it because the topping needed to have so many yards of it, and the backing needs a crap ton, so I'm glad that I get to have some extra. It feels so weird to be sewing after not sewing for a while. Okay, here we go. How was all of your weeks? I'm trying to think, how do you even ask that? How was your week, everybody? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew here, and then I'm going to sew another line going down and cut off the extra because I don't want this dark selvage, this thick selvage in my seam rows. I have the worst posture while I'm sewing, so just look away. Look away at my hunched back. Actually, no. Yep. That's that's what I'm gonna do, because I don't have to use my rotary cutter if I do it that way. I'm thinking out loud. I'm just rambling. But once I'm done with this, I will give it an iron so that Kelly doesn't hate me tomorrow when I give it to her. And then I will iron the front. And then tomorrow evening, when Austin gets back from work and I get back from dropping this off to Kelly, I will work on editing my video that I recorded tonight. It's a quick video going over what happened to my mom. And then going into like upcoming projects that I'm working on now. What I have coming up, I have a lot of fun, exciting announcements to share with you all. And honestly, like, I'm really excited for all the things coming up and these exciting announcements, but I still feel like out of it from this past couple weeks. So it's almost like daunting thinking of like all of the things that I was doing before I left, like all of the things that I was juggling, all the things that I was doing, and then being away from it for so long and being like emotionally exhausted, coming back and being like, how am I gonna do all of this? Yes, big announcements. Well, not like huge. There's one that's pretty exciting, and then I also have another one. So I have two that I'm really, really excited about to share with you guys. One has something to do with a collab that I am doing over on Instagram. And then the other announcement has something to do with an upcoming interview that I will be doing this Saturday with someone really, really big in the sewing YouTube community. And honestly, I'm so intimidated. I'm like, okay, please don't make an idiot of yourself on this interview. I get so like in my head. Alright, what I'm gonna do, so I just sewed a line going all the way down, but as you can see, it was using my selvage as a guideline. So now I'm going to use that line that I just sewed as a guideline for my actual seam that I'm going to use, and then I'm going to go back and cut off the selvage. Probably not like the most like technical way to do it, but that's how we're doing it. I could have just used a larger seam allowance, like an inch, 2 inches maybe, and then cut off the selvage, but I didn't feel like getting a seam gauge out, or whatever that's called, seam guide out. My allergies are so bad. I did not have allergies out in Florida. So even though I'm not built for Florida, as you can see, I got some sun. You can't really see, but I was literally a tomato. It was a one visitor policy in that hospital, so there were a few days where we sat outside for the 12 hours of visiting. You know, we don't live there. We don't have anywhere to go. Everyone else that was being sent out went to their cars and went home. We don't live there. So we sat outside of the hospital, like by the entrance. The only bench at that hospital was right in the sun. Like, they did not have a bench in the shade. So we are thinking about donating a bench to that hospital in the shade and calling it the Miracle Bench for my mom, or something like that, so that people can sit in the shade while they're waiting to see their loved ones. came back home. And Austin has like all of the windows open and the air off because it's been really nice here. And it has been really great, like temperature wise. But the allergies, the stuff that is coming into the house from outside, I'm constantly breathing it in. The back of my throat itches constantly. I'm like sitting here itching the back of my throat with my tongue. Almost there. And then my favorite part, ironing. Not my favorite. I do feel like I need to mention that while I was gone, Austin, what do any of you recommend as a friction pin? Can't seem to get a good one. I've tried a few. So, let's see. Let me grab some different ones. Alright, so I've got, this one does not have, I believe this was like a 3 or 4 pack from Joann, so it was super cheap. I liked these. I had no problems with these. It's super, super cheap. It's not the Friction, like, name brand ones, and I used these for quite some time. And then I have the Friction Colors. I'm not a huge fan. This is like the marker tip. So, don't love it, but it's not bad. I just feel like there's not a lot of, like, actual marking that happens from it. And then I have the Friction Fine Liners. These are actually pretty good. It's still like a marker tip, but it's super, super fine. I don't know. I kind of feel like I do love the heat eraser markers. I do love them. But I almost prefer using this. And maybe this isn't your thing, but the Clover chalk liner, it's amazing, and you can just like dust it off or it comes off in the wash. But I really, really, really like this. And I have heard that some of the heat eraser markers, after you wash your projects in cold water, sometimes that line comes back on because it's super, super cold. I know that you can like just rewash it or iron it again and it comes off, but some people have had problems with them like coming up so many times. This is different, so it just comes off. It's just chalk. So if you haven't tried this, Janet, I would try it. I think there's like other colors. I think there's blue, and it's just like a blade, and the color payout's really, really good all the time. Like, I have never had a problem with this. I used this on the cross quilts that I did, but I really like them. And then I've also seen people just use this, the Hera markers, and you can just like use it on your quilts and it does it just fine. Let's see. I'll use it on here even though I'm gonna maybe not want to do that. You can just take this and then, like, you can see it. Do you see those 3 lines that I did? Probably not. Just gotta catch the light right. Well, anyway, there are 3 lines on here now. So I've seen people just use these and it doesn't leave anything on there. I have white, pink, and blue. I love it. But if you were wanting to get a marker, I think out of every one that I've tried, I really like these. There's a lot of color payout. It comes out without having to like constantly go back and forth. Sometimes I have to go back and forth with these several times for it to come out. So that's just my opinion, though. Everybody likes something different. Alright, now to cut down the selvage off of here. Where are my scissors? Sorry guys, my allergies are so bad. A normal person would take an allergy pill. And a normal person wouldn't lose her fabric scissors. I literally was just using them. Oh, they're on the floor. Perfect. Perfect place to store sharp objects. I have that. I use it quite a bit. The Hera marker, Kathy. I'm just going to cut super, super close to that first line. She's going to be so confused as to why there's like a double seam. But then she's going to be like, wait, it's Beth. Beth always does something weird with her quilts. She has seriously seen some crazy stuff. I like it. I haven't really used it as much for that. Honestly, when I saw that video, I think like the first time that I saw someone using it to mark a quilt, I was like, what? No way. Honestly, I was blown away. I was like, that's really, really cool. Never would have thought of using it as a marker. And I guess it's called a Hera marker, isn't it? But I got it to use for turning points. Because it's got that nice sharp point. And I would use it to like round out corners on baskets and stuff. So maybe, Kathy, I will get your fabric out in the mail Friday. I was so annoyed with myself because I remember saying I was going to send it out one day. And then I was like, okay, wait, I forgot to do it. So I'm going to do it tomorrow. I remember that I need to send things out. Like, I have a steel trap door of remembering. But the post office is so hard to get to. It's so hard. And trying to like schedule when I'm going to do it because I don't want to take all 3 of the kids in the post office ever. That sounds like some sort of like torture. So I usually just pin it on Austin and say, hey honey, can you take this and mail it out for me? So maybe I'll sucker him into doing it. Alright, trimmed the selvage off. I don't even want to measure this because I think I know it should be enough. I got some friction pins from Madame Sews and they are useless. Never will I buy them again. What brand were they? I would love to know. I'm not happy with them at all, Kathy. Oh no. Sorry guys, I'm like struggling. Okay, I'm gonna get my ironing board out and I'm gonna iron. Another thing that I hate to do. And I'm like trying not to sniffle and like itch my throat because I look like really weird doing it. Oh, also, guys, look at what my beautiful, hold on, I'm trying to figure out. Look at what my beautiful husband did for me while I was gone. He even put a happy face on it. He made me a design wall. I've been wanting one for so long. And he surprised me while I was gone. Okay. I might like have to find a way to put you guys on this table. Sorry, I might have to go blow my nose. Yeah, that's gross. I don't have COVID, everybody. I just have really bad allergies. Spring and summer are not my friend. Not my friend at all. Yes, he put a design wall up, and he also came down here and put a table out. So I don't know if you saw my cutie just now, but he got a table off of Buy Nothing and put my cutie on it. So that was really sweet of him. I was not expecting it. He told me that he had a surprise for me when I got home. I got home and he had changed the front door. He had changed the kitchen table, which I'm not a fan of, but we do not need to tell him. me and him are very different in our furniture standards. Not standards, just like furniture quirks. Like, I need things to match. I need things to be even out. Like, I need a feng shui almost for things to be perfect. And also, I liked our table. So, him and I usually disagree on furniture almost every time. So, Beth, I'm still here but working on another project. What are you working on? We need a sniffle count. How many times am I going to sniffle before I go below my nose? I honestly just want to spare you guys having to hear me. So I think I'm going to use my new Best Press. I usually get the lavender because I do a lot of commission quilts, and I feel like lavender is like a good everybody loves lavender scent. It's not something that people are going to get the quilt and be like, gross. But Austin found this peaches and cream Best Press at Casey Makers when we went before everything went wild in my family. We went together, and he saw this and he was so excited. He was like, Beth, look, peaches and cream. So I'm going to use it. I usually put my Best Press in a continuous spray bottle because it uses less product. It's a better distribution, yada yada yada. But I have a little bit of lavender left in there and I don't want to mix the scents. So I'm going to use that on a different project and use it all up. Oh my goodness. This cord is like not wanting to reach over here. So I'm using the peaches and cream for the first time. Oh, you guys are so sweet. You guys are so sweet. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, I have a few ideas. So, you guys want to hear a funny story? You want to hear a funny story, some comic relief of my week? So, on the 14th, I flew out on the 13th to Florida. My mom and dad were vacationing down there, so my dad was all alone that first day for the 12 hours as my mom was in the ER, and it was not looking good. I flew out there with my mom's will, like her living will. So if that says anything, we were not really expecting her to live. So I really wanted to be there. I wanted to be there for my dad. I really wanted to be there for my mom, obviously, but my dad was all alone in a hospital, freaking out. So we get down there, and on the 14th, so on Thursday, was the first day that I could go in because I had arrived the 13th at like midnight there. So obviously we were not able to get in the hospital. Visiting hours the whole time was 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And basically that first couple nights, it was like, if it looks like she's going to make it till tomorrow, we're going to kick you out. If it doesn't look like she's going to make it till tomorrow, you guys can stay. So the fact that we couldn't go in, although it was frustrating, kind of reassured us, like, okay, this is good. This is good. They don't need us to be here, so that's good. But anyway, the next morning, we show up to the hospital, and we go through security, and the guy at the front is like, are you guys together? He saw us come out of a car together. I'm like, yeah, we're together. So he's like, well, there's only one visitor allowed per patient in the hospital at any given time. I don't care if you have to go potty. I don't care if you need water. Like, the policy there was so strict. And I about lost it on this dude. I was like, okay, whatever, fine. I did not say anything to him. I was just like, fine, whatever. So I sat down, like, right at the entrance of the hospital. Now, looking back, that's stupid because people were needing to get in and out. Obviously, probably like a fire hazard or something. But he came up to me and he was like, ma'am, can I have you go sit on the bench over there and not sit right in front of the hospital? I lost it. Absolutely lost it. And my losing it, like, I'm not a hothead by any means. I get angry when it matters. And obviously I was really emotional already at that point. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go sit on that bench. My mom is dying upstairs, but sure, I'll go sit on the effing bench. I didn't yell it, I just said it loud enough to where he could hear it. Not nice. I know, he's just enforcing a policy. Put yourself in my shoes. I'm not, sorry for my language. I'm not bitchy, I promise. But I was not happy. So I said that to him and I walked over and I sat on that bench and I made it a point to stare him down. I was not happy. But anyway, the next day, my grandma that day, so on Thursday, on the 14th, she got there at 4 or 5. And she sat outside with me and we waited because we all took turns every single day, the whole 12 hours. We did not leave that hospital. We sat out there and we waited for our turn to go see my mom. Every single time. We kept saying, changing of the guards. But he saw us, the guy that I yelled at the day before, halfway into the day came up and he was like, you know, you guys have been sitting here all day long. It's hot. Why don't you guys come inside? And I think that was I guess that was Thursday. So we went in and we sat in the chapel. And I think that day, so after he let us in, I apologized for what I had said to him the day before. I was like, I'm so sorry that I said that to you. I was just obviously really emotional. I'm not like this. I'm so sorry. And I was like, can I hug you? I always feel like I have to ask to hug now because of COVID, but I'm a hugger. I'm like, can I please hug you? Are you comfortable with that? And he said, yeah. So I gave him a hug. And then the next day, so that was Friday, I guess. He doesn't work on the weekends. And he was like, you know what? I can't help you on Saturday. I'm not going to be here. And I went in one day and I was like, please, can I please go to Starbucks? Because there's a Starbucks in the hospital. Can I please go get water for me and my grandma? We're sitting out here all day. It's hot. Can I please get her some water? And I said that we were able to sit in the chapel the day before. And the girl was like, who let you do that? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know his name. She's like, can you describe what he looked like? And I said, well, the bald guy that stands out there let us sit in the chapel. And she was like, oh, that's all I need to know. You're good to go get in the chapel. Go get your grandma. And she and him, his name's Doug, her name's Mallory, took care of us from then on. The only other day that we had to sit outside was Easter. And that was because we didn't know if the chapel was going to be used for services. So we are so grateful. I ended up giving Doug a muffin, an apology muffin. Please, I'm so sorry that I was mean to you. And we ended up, I got his number. We're friends on Facebook now. We're in contact with Mallory. We had breakfast with her before we went to the airport to come back. And, like, obviously, it's just people enforcing a policy that they probably don't even, agree with. Like, if it were them in that position, I know that it doesn't feel good to turn people away. And we watched people on Easter, like families going up to go see someone. Like, there was a little family of like a dad and his 2 little girls and like their Easter Sunday dresses. And they got turned away. So I just thought it was funny that I yelled at this guy and he ended up being our saving grace. So let that be a lesson. Do not be mean to people. I did say sorry. We did make it right, but all of this rambling to say I bought a 4-leaf clover pattern. He's Irish, and I want to make him a wall hanging. I crocheted Mallory a bumblebee, so that was my thank you gift for all of her help and taking care of us and just being so kind. But I think I'm going to make Doug a 4-leaf clover wall hanging. So I bought the pattern today. I got a whole slew of patterns because I have a pattern problem. So, what kind of spray base are you using, Janet? We did have a lot of entertainment on the days that we had to sit outside. There was one guy that had escaped. I'm going to say escaped. He just like left the ER. He had just had surgery and he came out. He had all of his tags still on him and everything. And he just came walking out. We were sitting on the bench there and he's like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not ever going to smoke again. This is my 3rd time I've had this surgery. I'm not ever effing smoking again. And he was like, I'm going to go give my pack of cigarettes to the guy standing outside in the parking lot. And I'm sitting with my grandmother. My grandmother is very pious, very religious, very proper, very like, just, that's how she is. And so there was so many times that I'm just sitting there with my grandmother and I'm like, wow, this is so entertaining. And I'm so happy that I get to experience these kinds of things with her because this guy was just like throwing F-bombs around. He gave us like his whole life story. I loved it. I was like, this is great. I don't know if my grandmother loved it, but it was really funny. So that was an entertainment that we had, random people. We talked to we were like the greeting committee on the days that we sat out there. We would talk to people coming in. We knew like what was going on in their family. We would pray for them, pray with them. And then one night, another fun experience to have with your grandmother, who's super religious and proper, was getting in an Uber, and the Uber was blasting Spanish rap music. And we were just sitting there listening to this like rap Spanish music. And I was sitting with my grandmother in the back seat, just like trying not to crack up. I know my dad was laughing in his head. But it was just like those type of awkward experiences during. It was like God knew we needed comic relief, like we needed something to laugh at and keep us entertained, because otherwise we would have lost our minds a little bit more. But I thought it was hilarious. I was like, this is very, very fun. Oh, I don't know how that happens. I only use Best Press in water. She's talking about spray basting though. I use the Otis 505 and I never have any problems with it being clogged. Like the applicator, the spray nozzle, I never have problems with it getting clogged up. What kind of spray base are you using, Janet? Alrighty, I think that's good enough. I don't see any other like visible seams. Hold on. Let's do this right here. I think that's all. And then I have to do the front. So tomorrow evening, I will be dropping this off. I'll be meeting up with my friend Kelly, and I think I'm going to purchase some fabric from her. So she and I got a binding baby from her a few weeks ago. And I'm like, don't even bother shipping it out. I'll see you soon, so whenever that is, that's fine by me. So I have a binding baby that I ordered a while ago, I see a seam going down here. Maybe I'll do it one more round. I'll just like fold it in half. Hold on. I was getting excited to be done. I really do not enjoy ironing, y'all. I really don't. I just don't want her to get it and be like, "Did you even iron this?" She knows I don't like ironing, so pretty sure she wouldn't put it past me to try and skimp it out. Okay, I think that's good enough. I don't use spray base, but I should, or I would. The lash should be upside down to clear the spray nozzle and maybe remove the nozzle and clean out the water. What type are you guys using? Because I've never had that problem with any of mine. Alright. I am going to fold this. I know you guys can't see me. Hold on. Fold this. So now that I'm like drying up, not nursing anymore, my hormones are like insane. Maybe it's because the house is hot, but I feel like I'm having like hot flashes all the time. I'm like constantly hot and I feel like I need a drink of water, which is funny because you think it'd be the opposite, that I wouldn't be as thirsty as usual because I'm not like depleting myself of all my liquid in my body. Alright, for the fun part, we're going to iron the quilt top. Okay, what brand do you all use? Alicia, video proof you tried to iron it. I did. No, that's normal for me. I'm like, look at me. Look at this moisture. It's great. Honestly, it feels like I just had a baby again. I had the worst night sweats after having all of the kids. Honestly, I'm going to iron this from the back. That's usually what I do. Anyway, this is going to take forever. I don't even care. I don't even care if there's lumps. And I think she knows that. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not one of those people that stresses about my seams being flat. I know that that's not ideal for a long armor, but I don't care. If there's a weird lump in my quilt, you know what? I'm gonna like it even more. Makes it even more fun, gives it more character. I'm finding papers still in here too, so that's fun. I'm just, you know what? I'm gonna spray it from the front. I don't even care. I have been told 505 spray based is the best. It is the best. I've tried only 2 different types though, so maybe don't take my word for it, but it was enough for, oh my goodness, I'm trying to spray and iron a circular quilt on this iron table. This is hard. Sorry, I get off track easily. I love the 505. I tried a Walmart brand. I don't remember what the brand name was. It was a blue can, and I hated it. Actually, I have it right there. Hated it. Hold on. Let me tell you what not to get, guys. Hold on. Do not buy this. Do not buy it. Do not buy it. Do not buy it. Yes, June Taylor. Do not buy it. Again, everybody likes something different, so if you like it, that's great. I hated it. And the reason why was it's so much different from the 505. The 505 is not as much of an aerosol. It's like you are literally spraying bits of glue out. This is like hairspray. It is aerosol. It gets everywhere. I felt like so sick after using it. Probably not recommended to do any spray basting indoors, but I spray based indoors and I've never had a problem with the 505 spray. Using that was just horrendous. And it didn't really stick the same as the 505. So, if you're trying to decide between, certain brands or whatever, the 505 is a little expensive, but you know what? It's worth it. It really is. And there's a reason why so many people love it, and so many people recommend it, and so many people use it because it's good. I don't think I've really come across someone that didn't like it. I do not like the June Taylor one. 45 degrees. That sounds wonderful right now. I am literally a hormonal hot mess right now. I'm like sweating. I also have sweatpants on, so could put shorts on or something, but I think that, and the iron is making me hot, but yeah. Joys of being a woman. It's always like a never-ending game of what can your body do now? Okay, I think I will just use 505. The one I use is what I got from Spotlight store, which is similar to Joann's. I think Joann's carries 505. My Joann's carries 505. I'm not sure where it's cheapest. I have bought it from Fat Quarter Shop. I have bought it from other shops whenever I see it, like if it's on sale somewhere. If you can use a coupon at Joann, I'm sure it's cheaper than anywhere else if you're able to use your coupons. But trust me, Janet, I was told it is less sticky for sewing. Yeah, it's really good for your machine. It won't gunk up your needle. And I saw a video on Instagram. It was a reel recently. And if you sew over tape or you use glue, especially with like foundation paper piecing, stuff like that, you can get one of those alcohol wipe pads, like the little packets with the alcohol wipes in it, and you can sew over it and it'll clean your needle. Now, my first thought was, wouldn't that dull the needle because it's going through it kind of like a cardboard, or like, I'm trying to think of what that is. It's a thick paper. That package is thick. So wouldn't that dull your needle? Why wouldn't you just change your needle at that point? But it's a good idea, I guess, to clean it if you want to keep your needle. Say you have more paper piecing to go. I really only switch out my needle after I've done paper piecing for a while. If I need to switch over to like quilting or piecing fabric, I will either take my needle out and put it aside to use it again the next time I paper piece, or I'll just toss it and change out my needle so that I'm not using a dull needle to piece fabric or quilt fabric. Now, this is going to be the most ratchet ironing of all. She's definitely going to see this and be like, Beth. Beth, you are second one to tell me that. I found the 505 gummy on my needle, but just got over it. Yeah, I think it also depends on like how much you're using, like how much you're spraying. I get a little trigger happy sometimes and I spray a lot on there, but a little does go a long way. She's gonna be like, why is there so much paper still on here, Beth? I wish it was, actually, it's supposed to thunderstorm like the rest of the week, and I'm so excited. Even though I won't be taking the kids out during the day to go play, I do like doing that now, especially with the weather being so nice. You know what? We're just gonna smash this scissor and call it good. I'm gonna tell her up front, Kelly, I'm sorry. It's supposed to rain and thunderstorm. And I love the rain. I love thunderstorms, so I'm gonna be a happy girl. I'm gonna do this from the other side because I cannot separate this. This seam is gonna be impossible. Oh no. Did you guys hear Louise? You know what? We're just gonna do this. It's not gonna make a difference. It's still bulky as heck. There's really nothing I can do about that. It's literally just the design of this book. All of the wedges meet in the center, so there's this bulk headache happening in the center. Smash it down. That's like my method. Oh man. Okay. That is my method for most of my ironing. Smash it down into submission is what I say every single time. Smash it into submission. My poor friend. I've sent her some magic quotes. And she still loves me. She still quotes them for me. Look at the back. Okay. I'm calling that good. Like I said, I don't care if it's, some of the seams are crazy. I know it makes a difference for the long armor, so I definitely do try to get it as good as I can, but she knows my standards. She knows that I reach a point in the quilting process where I'm like, you know what? I don't care. It does not need to be perfect. There is no such thing as a perfect quilt. Alright. That is done. I have my backing done. I have my front done. I'm unplugging my iron. I'm going to put away my stuff real quick. Oh, hold on. Let me move you so you're not seeing like my midriff while I'm trying to put stuff away. Put this up here. You know what? I'm just not tall enough. I'm getting on a chair, everybody. I'm getting on a chair. A friend used the powder, but I forgot to ask her how it was. I've never used a powder. I got some from Missouri in my Ginny's X Mix box. We tried it, thought it was a little messy. No one sees the back. No one sees the back. Very true, Janet. I'm getting on a chair. Getting on a chair. And it doesn't even fit. I know you guys are probably yelling at me. Beth, we told you no more chairs. But I don't listen. Once I fall off the chair, I'll stop doing it. Sorry, Janet. Just let her know and she can figure it out. I have a small arm, so I don't use any basting, but I always ask just in case. Do you have the cutie, Sandra? Because I have the cutie. Nice view. I'm sorry, Janet. No chair, young lady. You and I, troubles with that issue. You know, sometimes the chair is what you need. And Courtney, Austin got me a Mother's Day gift. And I'm going to use them the next time we go live together. I'm going to connect them to my laptop so that I can like hear you talking even if I'm sewing, because sometimes I have problems hearing my laptop because I put it so far so that I can see and you guys can see what I'm doing, but then I can't hear you, especially when I start sewing. So, got some headphones to use when we're live together so we can talk. and I can listen. They're awesome. I'm so excited to use them. I was jamming out to some music earlier with them. Austin ordered them and surprised me, but I'm really excited to use them on our lives so that I can talk to you and we can sew and I can hear what's going on even when my machines are being loud, especially when I start using my Qt, because the Juki is a lot louder than my Singer. And so yeah. Well, everyone, I am looking at the time. It is 10:54 here. I don't think I have any Pop-Tarts upstairs. But I am going to get a glass of ice cold water. I'm going to see if there's a Pop-Tart upstairs. And I'm probably going to go lay down in bed, transport my recordings onto a hard drive, and get them put into iMovie. I'm not going to edit anything until tomorrow, but hopefully by tomorrow night, maybe I'll work on that tomorrow night, I can post my update video of where I've been and like my mom's story and then all of the fun announcements that I have for you guys. So yeah, I think I'm gonna hit the hay here. Hit the hay. I can't even talk. See, this is the point where you guys should just tell me to go away. I have some similar. I use them while I'm doing my housework. Ooh, I put them on earlier tonight and I was jamming out to music and I could not hear the kids and I was like, this is pretty nice. This is really, really nice. 11:55 a.m. here. Oh my goodness. Australia time. You're a day ahead, too. Sandra, no, I have a handy quilter 16-inch on a 5-foot frame with the buddy extension. Sandra, you need to send, are you in Discord? You need to send a picture of that. I would love to see it. Have a good night, Beth. Good night. Thanks for chatting with me, keeping me company. I have so much fun talking with everyone. I'm just glad to be back and be able to be with you guys. 8:55 here. That's early. Courtney, do you want to be on my live tomorrow with a couple of other friends? I would love to. Tomorrow evening? Maybe I can figure out a way to do the live on my iPad, and while we're doing the live, I can edit my next video. That way I can be live and get my work done. Good night, Beth and everyone. You all have a great evening. Bye, Kathy. I will task Austin with sending this your way. I'm so sorry for being so late, but I will be sending this. I've got all of the wedding fabric, and I've been thinking about sending it. I'm like, oh no, I'm in Florida, and I still haven't sent that fabric out to Kathy, so it'll get to you, I promise. Yes, it'll be through Zoom. Awesome. I'll do it on my iPad then, and I'll work on my video editing. Night, Kathy. Night, everyone. You can use iPad. Yep, I'm excited. Thanks for inviting me. I will see you guys all tomorrow night. I will be with Courtney and some of her friends, I guess, so I'm really excited about that. And thank you for joining in, keeping me company while I worked in my basement. I have not really sewn for like a week. No, 2 weeks, because I was in Florida for like 10 days and I got here Saturday. So anyway, it's been a while. I'm just getting into my groove. And I really, really missed all of you guys, so I wanted to get on live, even though I wasn't really doing a ton of work. I just figured I hate piecing backing, so it takes me like 5 hours to do it. So I was glad that I could talk to you guys while I was doing it. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling because I always say that I'm done, and then I keep talking. And then you guys are all like, come on, get off. I'm ready to go to bed. Just go already. So I will see you guys soon. Stay tuned for my video. Stay tuned for a live with Courtney and a fun interview on Saturday. Go on Discord and let's see if anyone guesses who it's with. But yeah, bye guys. Love you all. I hope you sleep well or have a great rest of your day if you're in Australia or if you're only like 9 o'clock like where Kathy is. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking. Bye.